back again with yet another video. So I'm back with my double chin, and I'm just here to update you guys on my March 1st through March 15th reads. That includes recent ones as well. Well, currently reading. So it's just a little kind of chit chatty type of stuff, but stay safe out there. I'm gonna leave some links down below so you can stay informed about the Rona and also have a good laugh. You know, most of them are gonna be Lovelyti videos, to be honest. Of course, like newscasts and all that other stuff, but it's like sometimes you guys need to have a good laugh. Like it's like crazy out here. It feels like I'm like, wow, the kids are gonna talk about this. Well, technically I'm still a kid, but like whatever. It's like the zombie apocalypse out here, and like Twitter is like shambles, y'all. Anyway, so let's start with the reads I read before the backlistathon, which I'm gonna leave like the link, well, picture right here because I completed all my stuff, yay, and I'll explain it. But the first thing that I read before then was Vicious, which is the first book of Sinners and Saints by L.J. Shen. I'm sorry if I'm looking down, like looking at like my bullet journal stuff, but my bad. But basically, how can I say this? So you follow, of course, it's a romantic novel, an erotic novel. Vicious is truly a bad boy, which is what I was looking for. I didn't expect him to be that bad, but I was like, ooh, he must be a Capricorn or something. Anyway, I didn't expect to like this book at all. Now, here's the thing. I don't mind the MC, the main female character, who I forgot the name of, but he constantly calls her the help, so I'm gonna say the help. So I just wish that she was just as vicious, you know. Anyway, like the plot, I like the side plot with him and his father and his fucked up stepmother and you know, step uncle and all that other stuff. So that's it. I gave this what? I think I gave this 5 stars, or was it 4? I think I give it 4.5. Either way, it's up there, and I did enjoy it. The only thing I didn't like is that I wish the MC was just as mean and combative as him. I'm still waiting for like a book where both of the main characters are mean to each other, because like if you read this book, suggest me something where both of the main characters are mean to each other, because like sure, like she's too good at two shoes. I think that was my problem. And listen, that was cute back then, back when I was like much younger, but now I want some spunk, or like not even spunk, just meanness. Okay, just poor evil, because like Vicious was quite evil as a kid, okay, as an, you know, young adult, and it's like, oh, but yeah, I like it. Would I sleep with Vicious? Here's the thing, I wouldn't mind, because I'd be combative just as well, but he better, like, one thing's for sure, he better not call me the help, because obviously he's white. I'm like, this would not work out at all, because otherwise he's gonna have to call me another name that isn't racially motivated. But like I'm gonna have to, like, yeah, maybe I might skip out one and go for someone else. What the hell is that? Oh, I don't know, y'all. I thought something, just a spider or something. Anyway, another book that I read, which is for March Mystery Madness, which I'll post my updates right here. I read Bluebird, which is the first book of Highway 59 by Attica Locke. She is one of the writers, or formerly a writer. I don't know. Basically, she wrote for Empire, the TV show, which I stopped watching at season 3. I got tired of certain things, I just got tired of certain what the writers did with a certain character by the name of Cookie Lion. She deserves better. I'm not sure if I would remain the same, but it's like, it's just the same old, like, black woman can't get any, I don't know, it's just a lot of things. Anyway, let me continue on with it. The goddamn book is like, whew, because then I'm going to start ranting about that one season that made me stop watching altogether. Never mind the Jussie Smollett situation. No, I stopped watching before then, but child, anyway, it's about Lee Daniels. I'm sorry, never mind. So this is a mystery novel. You're following a Black Texas Ranger. He's sent over to, well, he actually went over to a place in Texas where he has to follow up on the death of a black male lawyer from Chicago, and a death of a local white woman. And there's some kind of weird connection between that. Well, he is trying to make a weird connection between those 2 deaths, and some kind of KKK gang. Either way, it's a bit triggering a little bit, because I was like, I just wanted to like punch him in the face, but like I feel like towards the end, that's when things got picked up for me. And the way that she writes it is like it's semi-ammunition, because then as you're going along with the case, it's like you switch over, because I was listening to the audiobook, right? It's like you switch over to like someone else's perspective, and like during the crime scene, or either around the time of the crime scene, you follow them through what they were doing. And it's like, I feel like that was revealing too much. And obviously, based on her background as a writer for TV shows, I would see this as a TV show. So it was a bit jarring to read it as a book. That's why I got the audiobook. So yeah, I definitely want to continue. I made a weird tweet about it. So yeah, I don't like so like the main character is Darren. Either way, he has a mother who I would say deadbeat mother. And something happened at the end that is related to what happened at the very beginning that made him, you know, leave town to or you know, have to like put a halt to his career. And I can't stand her. But I'm not reading for like the mystery now. It's like now I'm more interested in his personal life. Plus the mystery is added, of course. But like the next book, there's only 2 books out. I'm not sure if she's going to continue on. I have to see, because it seems like it's going out, since this is a series by the looks of it. It's like you're gonna follow both him and his personal issues plus the mysteries, and it's like I wouldn't mind staying for the personal issues. Mystery, not so much. Too triggering, So now for the Blacklistic-thon, I completed all my challenges. Yay. So the first thing that I did was Promise to Neverland, which is a manga series. I read volume 1. I've been waiting to read this. Like, here's the thing. It's been in the back of my mind for a long time because it's like I have a long list of anime that I want to watch. And I keep like adding more, and then it's like I hadn't watched a damn thing. And the first thing that actually made me want to read it wasn't because of BookTube. It's just that until like recently another BookTuber was talking about it, and it was like, oh, I've heard of that. And then I remember this YouTube video which was talking about both the manga and the anime, and I have to like hunt it down below because he is very informative, gives you lots of information on whether to read the manga or like the anime first, because I'm noticing as I'm reading volume 1 that we are getting, it's really interesting, right? But like I'm getting information that I feel like should be revealed later on. Like I didn't expect to see the perspective from the villains. I was expecting to like see, I don't know, kind of like in anime, how they're going to reveal it later on, like little crumbs for you to figure out, but you're in the perspective of the MCs. But basically you follow an orphanage. You got all these kids who are orphans or stay there, and one day, and of course they've never been to the outside world. And the only time that they do is when they get adopted. But 3 of them discover something very sinister about their world and their place that they're in. And now the whole world is shattered, and now they're trying to save everyone. And it's very interesting. It's very like I'm here for these kids. Like most of these kids, like once they reach the age of 12, that's when they got to go. And it's very interesting. And I'm going to have to like look up where should I stop, because I'm thinking I should stop after volume 6 to watch the anime. But I have to like hunt down that goddamn video and link it down below so you guys can watch as well, because yeah, I think I might stop at volume 6 too before I start watching the anime, because based on like some information, it's like, oh, so I already know that there's internal tension between the 2 villains, but it's like there's a lot going on, and I don't know if it's revealing too much, or because I don't want to be spoiled. So I don't know, because like the video that I was watching, he said that the manga kind of spoils itself a little bit versus the anime doesn't as much. So I'm gonna have to like really hunt it down before I continue on with the series, because I only got volumes 1. Well, I already returned the volume 1s, and 2 and 3. So I might stop at 3, look up the video, and then see what's going on. Next thing that I read was Night Film. I give this 3 stars. So since last year? No, not last year. Probably 2 years ago. I kept trying to like read this goddamn book, but I got either interested in other things, or I was like, you know what, I'm just bored. I can't. And it seems very interesting because it's like mixed media. You got like different website like things that's making more interactive and stuff. And finally I decided to like buckle up, sit down and read this book. It's a thick book. Like she's thick and heavy. That's what my strap on said. Okay, I'm done. So basically, you're following this either journalist or reporter, I don't know, one of those 2. He is, what's his name again? His name is McGrath. So McGrath is looking up information regarding the death of Ashley Cordova. And she is the daughter of this very infamous filmmaker whose film are so horrendous, so disturbing, so I don't know, it kind of messes up with your spirit internally, that is not allowed to be shown in theaters. So the only way to watch it is that you have to go underground. You have to be either invited and all that stuff. And he's like hella rich and stuff. But basically, McGrath, he got his life ruined because he was trying to investigate him. And I have to say, it's very slow building up. I was very interested because of the premise and stuff. Like, what is it about his films? Like, I kind of really want to watch his films. Like, what is it so disturbing that all his movies are like banned around the world, can't be shown in theaters? Like, what is it about his movies? Like, at first, I thought, pedophilia? No. Because like, because when they said that, it's like, I immediately go to like the worst shit, like people getting murdered on camera, child pornography, like how, like I wasn't born, actually, was I born around that time? Either way, I just know that around the R. Kelly situation, I know that they showed, that clip in movie theaters, like people were sharing it as if like people were sharing that child pornography as if it was like a regular porn video. That's what I know, even though I was probably either in my mom's stomach or like just fresh out the womb when that whole thing happened. But I did some research about it. But I was thinking, was it like that in this book? So that's what got me intrigued. Like, what the hell is going on? Something is creepy about this dude. And I would say about 40% into the book, that's when things got interesting, because things started taking a very, very creepy, paranormal, supernatural route that made me like creep out, like stuff about like magical realism, I'm not gonna lie, some dark magic type of shit. And I was like, is this girl possessed? Like, what's going on? Because like apparently she committed suicide, but like we don't know until like the end of the book. And I have to say, with all the creepy stuff that was going on, like I feel like this is a book that you're gonna have to like pay very, very close attention to, like, because it's like you're gonna miss some things. And it's like, ugh, I gave it a 3 star because that ending was so disappointing, because I don't know if it's because I wasn't paying enough attention to really appreciate the ending, but I did not like the ending at all. So it got busted down to like a 3-star. But it was interesting. I really like the creepy atmosphere. It's like so noir. And it's like it's so goddamn creepy, and it feels like and each time, I don't know, each time they mention something like supernatural of the like or witchcrafty, I was like getting like scared because they were dealing with dark magic and shit, and I was like, mm, mm, mm. Now, the last book for like Backlistathon that I read was Black Girl Unlimited. Now, I'm sure many people wouldn't count this because it came out this year, but the reason why I added it was because by Eka Brown. I'm sorry, that's the author's name. But the reason why I added it was because I was supposed to read it as soon as I got it, and I waited until like the very last minute to like read it for Black Crow's book club, which was originally called A Seat at the Table by Oshale, Brittany, and Troy Nicole, and we discussed it. I will leave the link to the live stream because most of what they're saying is like all my thoughts and feelings, and I also was typing in, the comment section, so hopefully the live replay is there. But I did leave a comment. But yeah, I gave it 4.5 stars. I feel like the live stream, like, it's gonna be a spoilery live stream, but like trigger warnings for all the isms, so definitely check that out because we did discuss, did go in depth to like different discussions. Like, I feel like if you guys were to read this for school, which I don't know because all these white schools are like too many N words, but like but I would have to say, like, this book has a lot of discussions that you could open up with, like colorism, racism, sexism, rape within the Black community, how it's not dressed. Like, there's so many discussions that you could have out of this book, and maybe mental health. There's so many metaphors and shit in here. It's her autobiography. It's heavily autobiographical, and but it's like magical realism mixed into it. The only book that I know of that does that as well is Split Tooth by what is her name? She is a throat singer. That much I know. It starts with Tanya Toke. I don't know. All I know is that she's a throat singer, and she did the same thing with a mix between her autobiography and magical realism. And I think she's Native American or Native American, North America. I think she's from Canada, actually. Child, I don't know. All I know is that she is Native. But she is a throat singer, and I know she did a book that's similar with magical realism, based on her culture and her autobiography, And I have to say, it's on and popping at the live stream. Go check that out. And I did write in the comment section, like, there were some moments, like, during like the magical parts of it, if you can call it that, that was very disturbing. Like, my comment already showed up in like the live stream because like they pointed it out. But I'm gonna say it here that like certain like moments when like she would go up on the ceiling, when something traumatic happened to her, it's like it really reminds me of like Haitian voodoos that I would see, like, that I know that my family participates in, and like I've seen, and it reminds me because I grew up in a Haitian Pentecostal church. Which the reason why I say that is because, listen, churches, sure, they have their similarity. Well, they do have their similarities, but like cultural background does influence a church. That's what I believe. Because when I go to an African church, we have a lot of similarities, but it's like they have their own differences that distinct to them. So that's why I say Haitian Pentecostal church. So that's what I have to say. And growing up, I did witness a lot of exorcisms in the church, and it did remind me. And each time something bad happened to her, where she has to like leave her body and stuff, it's like I get chills because it reminds me of like certain scary shit that I've seen in church. That was like that I had to like sit in the back, all the children in the back of the church, because they don't want the demon trying to jump into us, and like, well, it was, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I gave this a 4.5 stars. One thing's for damn sure, she knows how to write. And I kept going back and forth between the ebook and the audiobook. She reads her own audiobook. I have to say, there's so many damn good quotes in here. There's a lot of shit going on, and it's like, I will have to say, you probably won't like it as much because, sometimes you won't know if what is reality, what is facts, what is, like, it's a lot. But like, we do a lot of discussions, and I do look forward to looking towards, her writing, if she does any future books. But next time, I would definitely like to see a purely fictional book, because it's there. It's like, but it's like, I would like a dedicated fictional novel, not a nonfiction, but fictional novel with magical realism and everything. And yeah, that's it for that. So I'm just gonna go into like my current reads, which, hold on, I'm looking through my journal. So current reads that I'm reading is House of Earth and Blood. I'm going to do a vlog on that. The Color Purple, by Alice Walker. Cobtown by Corinne Slaughter. Dead to Her by Sarah Packman or something, I don't know. The Book of Phoenix, Who Fears Death, which is like the prequel of Who Fears Death. And I will go into like my Kindle stuff and show you guys. So I'll be back. Hey guys, so this is like what I downloaded on my Kindle. I'm just going to show you some things that I downloaded that I'm currently reading. So like, for example, Defy is something that I am currently reading. What else? The Devil, I just started this today, by Ashley Jade. So yeah, let me just go back. And I'm reading For the Love of Atlanta by Desiree. I'm only like 2% in. I'm trying to read Harry Potter. I haven't started yet. This is, okay, so The Fire and Blood is something that I'm currently like, I'm only like that much, 16% into it. So I didn't make that big of a dent throughout the few months I've been going at this book, even though I downloaded it. Well, I, went to the library to get it again. I want to read A Killer's Wife. I really want to read Hush Hush since I plan to do that for like the backlist-a-thon, but I didn't. And I definitely have to get started on the 4th book of the Percy Jackson series. Now, here's the thing. There's this book called The N-Word, right? Hold on. Let me like go to like, because well, I don't know why it's only showing this, but like basically I already finished the sample, right? Go to what? Image? No, cancel. Whatever. How do I go back to? I'm sorry, I'm figuring shit out. So I am very intrigued by this book. I think I might save this book for Zodiacathon because the theme for Zodiacathon is the dark addiction, which is the Lilith, where basically you explore dark themes. So I might actually give in, buy this damn book and see it, and I'm nervous because I don't know if it's going to turn into one of those like guilty pleasure books or, something that I hate, which I wouldn't mind if I hated it, but like, I don't know, y'all. But her writing is good though. And she has other controversial titles that some of them I will never touch, like ever. Like something, like she has another book called, I don't know, something that has to do with the slave master's son. I will not be touching that book. But like her other books, I wouldn't mind reading her other books. But this one is very interesting. I feel like there's going to be a lot of tough talk and decisions. It's going to be a romantic novel between, well, an interracial, romance between a black woman and this guy. Oh Lord, y'all, Zodiacathon is about to be lit. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I should like show my TBR for Zodiacathon, but like, I don't know. I'll just do a vlog or something. You guys, this is I'm so nervous to read this. Anyway, let me go back to like the very beginning. Okay. So I was starting to read The Only Child, but I only got to, well, technically page 13 in like the physical book. So yeah, hopefully I finish reading this because this was my anticipated reads. I really want to read The Shadow Between Us, but lots of books and shit. Here's the thing. You see all these, I'm sorry for so if you see like stuff like this where it doesn't really have a cover, it's because these are fan fictions that I downloaded and sent to my, Kindle so that way I could read it. So there's that. Stillhouse Lake, by Rachel Kane. I want to read it, which reminds me to like download the stuff. Sorry for the notifications. I'm still trying to read Wicked Games, but yeah, I just started rereading. Well, at least I'm trying to get back into, No Holds Barred. I remember most of the details. That's why I refuse to like go back and reread. Same with Wicked Games by Maureen Smith, because I already know what led up to like at least the Sexy Time stuff. So I don't want to go back and reread it, even though it's still fresh in my head, basically. I'm also reading The Unspoken Name. I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of trouble with this because, hold on, where can I? Come on now, where's the glossary? You see this goddamn glossary? Like, the pronunciation guide is like, I'm gonna have to like keep going back and forth between this and like, maybe I should just get the damn audiobook for a better understanding, because I'm bound, even with the pronunciation guide, it's like I don't have time to be going back and forth. I just want to drive on through and stuff. So maybe I should like take some time to like, really, really study the pronunciation guide, just so that way I'll be able to like, continue reading. I think that's why I stopped. And I also have the physical book from my library. So there's that. What other books am I reading? So yeah, that's basically it. I have a few samples here and there. I started the Love Red Zone for like the Black Loveathon, but I didn't get the chance to like finish it. So that's basically it when it comes for like stuff on my Kindle. I hope you guys enjoy, and goodbye.
Read a book, read a book, read a motherfucking book. Read a book, read a book, read a motherfucking book.